Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a Kmart haul because we actually haven't done one of these in quite a while and I just honestly didn't really need anything around the home, but recently I've been doing a lot of cleaning and tidying and decluttering in all of my spaces, and I also kind of got rid of a few old items that were either broken or damaged and kind of couldn't be repaired, and I have found a couple of other things from even their clothing range just to try out now that it's getting into the very cozy and cold winter. At least it definitely is here in Melbourne. If you also live in Victoria, you'll know exactly what I mean because I've even busted out my boots this week. So we are well and truly in it, but I thought we could just sit down, do a little bit of a cozy video, and I have a little bit of an almond matcha latte here, so feel free to go and grab your cup of tea and we'll just get straight into it. One of the first things I bought now that I'm spending a little bit more time at home, especially with that cooler weather, is this new candle, which is just down below here, but like as always, I will link everything in the description box down below. I usually do shop on Kmart online these days instead of going into store all the time because I just find sometimes they don't exactly have the items that I want. So it's easier online, I get it delivered to my house and I can get everything I want, but this one is cookies and cream and I wanted to put it on before I did the videos so I could give you a proper review of the scent, but this is so good. It actually smells like fresh baked goods, which is one of the favorite smells that I can have in my house. I just wanted to say super quickly as well, I know a few people have told me recently that they've lost my channel, and that's because you probably haven't ticked on the little bell which puts notifications on. So if you're not subscribed already, I would love for you to join us and please subscribe. You can do that down below, but also make sure you tick that little bell because then when I put up my new videos, and there's usually 2 a week, you'll be notified so you'll know when all the content's coming. But lately I've kind of been doing Sunday evenings and then Wednesdays, but if there's a better day of week where you feel like you're sitting down and being on YouTube a little bit more, let me know in the comments because that's just my old posting schedule and I've just kind of stuck to it ever since. But if for some reason like Monday nights works better for you guys, just let me know and I can always change it around. Next thing I got was a pack of these fabric bands. So these are for working out, you know, like a booty band that you kind of put across your legs. But I went into Rebel Sport the other day and all of the colors of the ones they had were hideous. They were literally like neon orange and pink and lime green and just very bright and obnoxious. And that is definitely not my aesthetic. Not that it has to be, but I just feel like when you're getting into health and wellness, you kind of just want every little part of your workout to be motivating. And I actually did have a pair of booty bands. I must have bought them like off eBay or something forever ago. And I would say probably during lockdown. And I think I had put them out in this storage crate I've got on my balcony, but they were really hard and I don't have that much strength in my legs. I'm trying to build it up. So I wanted to get a pack where I can kind of do that progressively. So this one is all in like shades of browns and beige, and it comes with the light, which is 6 kilos, medium, which is 11 kilos, and strong, which is 17 kilos. So 3 different levels of resistance. I'm obviously going to be starting with the light one, but it's just good if you're using them on your arms, but also if you're actually using them as a booty band. And I was honestly very impressed by the quality of these. They're really well seamed on the inside because I actually did have one of those Rebel Sport ones and it had a bit on it that would kind of scratch my legs if I was wearing shorts. So these ones are really good and they are also grippy on the inside. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but that's the inside of the band and it offers a really nice grippy texture. So I think these are going to be perfect, and they were only $14 I think for the 3-pack, and when I looked at the sports shops, they were probably like $20 to $25 just for one. The next thing I got is a little bit of a home product and it does come in multiple pieces, so I'm gonna have to pick them all up and show you, but this is the first bit and this just caught my eye on the website. I wasn't actually specifically shopping for this, but it's called the Mix and Match Click Range. So there's A handles and B heads, and this particular handle that I've got is the A handle extendable telescopic handle. So it just has a click system down the bottom here where you can interchange the different heads, and it is an expandable pole. So if you want to use a short little one or something a bit longer, then it has both of those settings and you just twist it to lock it in place. So I thought this was really, really handy because I actually need a mop and a duster, and I was going to buy all of those things separately, but because this does everything kind of all in one. You can just buy all of the separate heads and click them on, and I'm pretty sure this extendable pole was about $4, and all of the heads ranged from maybe like $4 to $10, so they were really cheap. The first head that I got is this one, which is the flat mop head. So this is compatible with the telescopic and the spray handle. You can use it wet or dry, and it did come with the removable washable mop pad, which I think is very handy. I actually used to have one similar to this, and it's so great because every time you get it dirty, you can just chuck it in the washing machine, pop it back on, and you are good to go. And it's nice and soft for using on timber floor and other hard surfaces. The next one I got is this fluffy looking mop head. So this one is called the 2-in-1 mop head, and it's a chenille side suitable for dry floors and the microfiber side on the other, which is suitable for hard floors. And the head on this one rotates as well, so you can flip between the two different sides. And yet again, I think this was maybe like $4 to $5 for this head. So just really, really diverse, being able to flick between all of the different things when I'm cleaning different parts of my home. Another one in the range, just a classic practical item, was a broom head. So this one is the indoor soft edge broom head, and it's just kind of plasticky bristles, but they are quite soft. And I just thought this would be perfect for sweeping up around home. And I did have a broomstick before, but I don't have loads of space in my laundry to store all those kinds of things. So again, just being able to click all of these off and store them in a crate and just pull out whatever I need at the time is a lot more handy than having big tall brooms and mops and all sorts of things try to cram them into a small space. Because if you also live in a smaller space, or you just want something that's going to take up less room, then I think this is a really good option. The last adjustable head that I got to pop on is this one, which is just the duster, and this is a microfiber duster. It's really, really soft, and it also has a head that kind of clicks to adjust at any angles, so you can really get this into any high spaces like cleaning out the corners or any architraves, but also just dusting around the home as well. And that is something that I really need, because if you also live in a city, you would know just how incredibly dusty an apartment can get. It's not like this when I've lived in a house, but every time I'm in an apartment, it just gets dusty, and I find myself dusting almost every second day, or definitely at least a really thorough clean once a week, just to try and keep all of the surfaces tidy, because I just think there's a lot more airborne kind of stuff going on. So anytime I open the balcony door, it all just comes in and the whole place feels really dusty. That candle is just getting better and better the longer it stays on. I think I'm just gonna leave that on all day today. It smells so nice. So one of the other things I wanted to look at was a couple of clothing items from Kmart. I feel like it can be very hit and miss, and in my personal opinion, the sizing is completely off. Like sometimes a size 8, which I would normally be, will be absolutely massive, and then even the 6 is still really big, so that item would just not fit me correctly at all. But then in other instances, like this beautiful jumper I got a 12 because I wanted it to be more oversized, and it's only marginally oversized. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping, and it's probably better to just go in and actually try those things on. But how gorgeous is this? It's a classic cable knit looking sweater, but it's got a little bit of a quarter zip bit down the front, and this is just so incredibly soft, and you really have to just feel this to believe it. But I think it was only $25, and this looks like it's from somewhere a lot nicer, like probably from Seed Heritage or something. It's just absolutely stunning. It's got cuffed sleeves, and like I said, just the softest, coziest material. And honestly, if you just wanted a warm sweater for winter and you don't want to spend heaps, this is the one, because the folded collar looks really classy, so you can kind of dress up an outfit a little bit, and this is just perfect for those early morning coffee runs where you want to look a little bit more put together, but not necessarily go into a whole styling of an outfit. This next one is the button-through cardi, and this is in a size 10 to 12. So again, I was aiming for it to be a little bit more oversized, and I would say this one actually does hit properly, but the material on this is very thin, and I wanted this kind of style of cardigan just to wear as a top, so I wouldn't necessarily wear anything underneath it other than maybe just like a basic singlet. But I just don't really love the color. I would have rathered this in a nice white or cream kind of color, and I just don't think the quality is there, but that is completely fair enough because I'm pretty sure it was only $15. So I think if you could get the cream color, it might look a little bit nicer, but I've definitely seen better versions of these button-down cardies, probably from like H&M and some of those other sort of stores. This is a bit of a rogue item that made its way into my cart, but I have always wanted a pair of slingback heels and they just never quite fit me right. I don't know if they're just a little bit too narrow in the toe or the slingback portion on the back of them feels like it's falling down, but I just thought these ones are the perfect height and they were $22. They're in a really beautiful looking synthetic leather and they also had a different color as well. But these fit me perfectly, and for $22, they are going to become my new favorite work shoes, especially because I'm 5'11", so having an option for a heel that can look a little bit more put together with a tailored pair of shoes, but give me a bit of coverage on my toes now that we're coming into the colder weather, because I don't want to be wearing sort of open toe sandals, but also, like I said, just for client meetings to look a touch more put together without adding too much height, because I have noticed a couple of times when I've turned up to client meetings that I'm just towering over people, and I know it's probably not an issue, but it just makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable when I'm so much taller than someone I'm trying to have like a really in-depth conversation with. Like if we were sitting down in a meeting room or we're at a cafe, it's a different story, but if we're out on site or at a showroom and I'm like up here looking down on someone, it just makes me feel really weird. But I don't have any nice enough sort of flat shoes that I could wear to those meetings that still look really good with a corporate outfit. So those were a perfect happy medium, and I normally wear a size 9.5 to 10, so I got those in a 10 and they were absolutely spot on. Another item of clothing I wanted to pick up was just a staple black zip down hoodie, and this one will not probably show up terribly well on camera. I wish the zipper was black and not silver, but it is what it is, and this was only $18, so the fabric is probably a little bit thinner than I would have liked, and I do wish that the sleeves were maybe a bit more oversized and also a bit longer, because I really like when sleeves kind of come down and cover your hand a little bit. So I actually did go for, again, a size 12, even though my size would be an 8, and it just wasn't as oversized as I thought it was, but it is still a really good option for this kind of trans-seasonal period before it gets really cold. But if you know where I can find the perfect thick black zip down hoodie, please leave it in the comments, because I've been hunting for one and every time winter comes around I just never get one, and I just want to be able to wear it if I'm walking from the gym. And I would kind of style this with like a white activewear crop, my long black leggings and white sneakers and white socks. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm going for, but this is not thick enough that I could actually wear out for a walk once it starts getting colder. Another item that I wanted to love, but in my opinion was a little bit disappointing, is this top. This is the brush striped top, and it comes in two different colorways. So it's a long sleeved sweater kind of top, and I got it again in a 12, hoping that it would be really oversized. But unfortunately, when Kmart does oversized items, they just go wider this way and they never get longer. And because I'm tall, I bought oversized in with the intention that it would kind of like just cover my bum and be like a bit more of a longer top. But I'm gonna have to return this along with that gray cardigan, because again, like I said, it just gets wider and not longer, and it's not quite the right look for me. But it is a beautiful soft fabric, so you could even just get this true to size and have it as a really nice top, which is what I might end up doing, because it is a really, really pretty top and it's got the beautiful fine stripe through it, which is often hard to find. But yeah, if you're looking to have the oversized version of it, it's not quite right. Last but not least, I just wanted another jumper in a different color to add to my collection, because I feel like I get very stuck in the black, grey and white sort of theme, and maybe a beige or something, but it's all a little bit of the same color palette, and I just wanted to have a little bit more of a colorful option if I'm in the mood. And I ended up getting this one in a size 10 because I wanted it again not to be super fitted. So this one is called the mock neck batwing, and the color is beetle, and I just thought this was, hang on, let me show you, because the best bit about this is that it's a mock neck and not a turtleneck. So that's the shape of the neckline, and I only discovered these probably a year or two ago when I got a jumper like that from H&M, and it is definitely my favorite kind. I just find, personally, I think I'm a bit of an anxious person, and having like a turtleneck wrapped around my neck just stresses me out, because if you go from being really cold on the street to in a cafe where it's really hot and you're stuck in this turtleneck, it's just, oh, I hate it. But the The mock neck style just sits really nicely on your neck and it just gives you a little bit more breathing room, and the batwing kind of style of this I just thought was really nice. So it feels like a very snuggly kind of cardi, but also fitted enough to look put together, and I just think this would be perfect with a pair of black high-waisted pants and those slingback heels and a black handbag, and you would just have no idea that it was from Kmart because it is really beautifully made and just a lovely deep shade of forest green. Alright, that is everything that I had to show you guys today. Just a quick and easy Kmart haul, but I hope you enjoyed sitting down with me and having a look at a couple of things that I've found recently. If you have any great finds from Kmart, feel free to leave them in the comments. It's always interesting to see what people are finding on the website or in store, and have a lovely week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!